In this video, we're going to talk about how to rewrite the natural log of 6 is equal to y as an exponential equation. Now on the right hand side of your screen, you can see kind of like our key that we're going to use for this, or our model for changing something from logarithmic to exponential form. And you see we have two different options here. We have one for just a log with any base b, and then we have one for the natural log, or the ln, right here. And this is the one we're going to use, the second one. And the natural log is really just a log with a base e. So anytime you see ln, you can understand that there's an e written right there as our base. Of course, you don't have to write it, but just understand that it's there, because then that makes more sense when you go to rearrange it. Because just like with the log as our first model, it became b to the x equals y. In other words, the base started here and it ended up there. The same thing is going to happen if you think of this natural log as having an e, because the base starts here and it ends up there as the base of the exponential part. So again, just to go over a little bit of vocabulary, what we have is currently in logarithmic form because it has a log, in this case the natural log, and we want to rewrite it in its equivalent exponential form. So we want to write it as something that involves an exponent. So that's a good way to kind of keep those separate in your mind. So now let's go ahead and talk about this problem. So like we said, we can know that there's an e right there as our base, and if you want to write it, that's perfectly okay. That may make things a little bit easier for you. And we're going to look over here on the right hand side and use this as our model. So the base to the power y, or the thing on the other side of the equal sign, is going to equal the thing inside of the log. So for this problem, we're going to have e to the y power is equal to 6. And that's it. We changed it from log form, now there's no more log, to an exponential form. We have an exponent, e to the y equals 6. So changing these things back and forth, it's still equivalent basically. You're just writing it in an equivalent form, one that involves whatever. And the reason this is important is because it allows us to solve for things either inside of a log by getting it out from inside of the log, or to solve for things that are in an exponent that we couldn't normally solve for. So that's the whole purpose of this. So it's not hard, you just want to get the process down pat.